Because at the end of the day, I don't want you stuck in a zone. I want you to be able to, you finish the meeting, somebody hits you so hard. How do you move? So I came up with this during my MBA. So kudos to my MBA program. I literally came up with this in my MBA program, and I've been teaching it around the world. I call it the ADDME Principle, okay? So I can't lay claim to the mood meter, but I'm laying claim to the ADDME Principle. So if you share it anywhere, you better say ADDME Principle by Tekena Ikoko. Let it go into the records. So ADDME Principle. The ADDME Principle, I'm going to drop it very quickly for time's sake, is number one, awareness. You want to be aware of the zone you are in. D, you want to decipher the actual message in the emotions. Oh my word. I think we're going to be doing a detailed session next month or other month on understanding message in the emotions. I will go into details about how that is done. But basically, you need to know what the emotion is actually saying to you. So you want to be careful about labeling, like treated the last time. Yeah, and just make sure it's the right message is telling you. Now, based on that message, do you want to remain in that zone, or do you want to move? In other words, is that zone helpful for that activity? If not, what intelligence do I need to add to the emotion? Merge with it. Remember, I told you that 8 competencies in emotional intelligence. Okay, I'm not going into that in details, or else we'll need 3 hours here to go into that. But there are 8 of them. So which of them should I add to this so I can help me move? And then I want to be able to take some quick actions. I'm going to give you 2 examples right off my head. So example number 1 is, a manager just gave him a horrible negative feedback, and he needs to make a presentation to a new prospective client. So awareness, obviously in the red zone, because of horrible negative feedback, I feel high on my toes. I feel unpleasant. The timing is horrible. Why would he say that about me? When I decipher this particular person feels insulted and belittled. Okay. And if you dig a little deeper, he says, I want to stay in the red zone. Why? I can't take this insult again. This is too much. This is unbecoming. Hell no, no way. That's this person's particular response. And then to merge it, this particular officer says, no, he's going to merge it with complaint. He's going to suppress it with an attitude. And then he goes in and cancels the meeting because he feels I'm not in the best state for the meeting, or he goes to the meeting with that prospective client and struggles, right? And many a time, this is what we see in the workplace as an executive coach. I see that a lot. People suppressing their emotion and just hoping to go away with time. And then they bottle and bottle and bottle, and then someday they go, all right, or with relationship. But what can we do differently? What we can do differently is still to say, yes, we're in the red zone, no doubt, still red zone. But when I dig in deeper, the insult is telling me I need to address a recurrent theme. See, I've changed the message in the emotion. I've looked at it critically. I said, this is a recurrent theme that is calling for me to do something about it. Different message. Right from the get-go, we both felt red, but our interpretation is making us take different paths. And when we dig in deeper in this particular case, he says, I want to move on. The client I want to meet will not serve me well in this position. And moreover, I will need a quiet time to evaluate things with my manager. So I want to move on for today's meeting. To do that, I'm going to apply a skill called apply consequential thinking. Is one of the EQ skills, where we basically decrypt our thoughts for our feelings and our feelings for our thoughts, kind of like pros and cons of what I am thinking. And when I do that, it helps me to go beyond a short-term response to look for a long-term value. So I go beyond the present to look at the long-term. And if I apply that thinking consequentially long-term, then I can ask myself, what will truly be important? So the skill called apply consequential thinking, one of the 8 EQ skills, helps me to look beyond today and see my tomorrow and say, 6 months from now, what will matter? Okay, what will matter? Will this matter? and then go backwards and take decisions based on values rather than based on incidents. So I become proactive instead of reactive. That's an amazing skill. Now, because he applies that to him, he can request a colleague called Susan to join him in that meeting as an accountability partner so he can remain focused and smiling. Susan, I know I can't do this. I just feel knocked down, but I need you to join me. So he's bringing in support. He's bringing in acknowledgement to help him be able to proceed with that. So that's the ADDME principle. I want you to try it out on your own. Try it in your day-to-day life, ADDME, just saying, hey, I'm here, add me to the emotion, add me to the emotion. And if you add me, then maybe I can be able to give you a different outcome. So that's how we use the mood meter going forward. And I'm hoping that you can be able to see that emotions plus intelligence is what will lead to emotional intelligence. And I'm going to stop here briefly and applaud myself, even if you don't want to applaud me. Applaud myself and say, Tekena, good job, good job, good job. And see if I can take questions. Any questions? Any questions? Type it in the chat room. Any questions? Type it in the chat room. I will take one or two of them as quickly as I can. But thank you, thank you.